Hey lovers, the mother here. Welcome to Panic the Mother Loves Company from Panic HQ Ibiza. Lovers, welcome. Follow your plan, not your mood. I am tired and slightly mental. No, not slightly, incredibly feeling mental and wanting to change things and having to realise that I'm committed now and I have to have the patience and the consistency to see things through. This week, a few things have come up and I've found it really hard to just stay locked in with it. I've wanted to change the path. I wanted to give up on a few things as well. And I think it's having the look, when you feel shit, when your mental health is shit, you have to say to yourself, okay, no one cares. Like you still need to do things. Life still has to happen. And you can't throw caution to the wind every time you get a new idea or your mood changes. And I was very emotionally driven. I still am. And I've just had to really learn how to try and just follow my fucking plan, stick to stuff and not my mood. But my mood is quite a moving target, shall we say. And I found it really hard this week. It's been a bit carnagey this week. The business side of the business is of not much interest to me. And it's hard, I'm being honest. I'm a creative and the reality is there is a part of the business that's not something that I truly understand or find fun, and I'm having to learn and deal with frustration with that. And this week's been one of them weeks where it's felt like I've been basically running a fucking art club rather than an actual business, and it's teaching me a lot, mainly that I need to fucking follow my plan and not my mood. Lovers, follow your plan, not your mood. Being consistent, having congruency when your mood is telling you to do the complete opposite is a skill worth learning. And it's also a nice human trait that if you say you're going to do something and you've committed it, that you do see it through. I really think I brought on a lot of my problems with work mainly is by I would have a plan and then I change everything because my mood will change and I feel different. But then guess what? Your mood fucking changes again and you've changed all this stuff in your life and you have to change it again. And it's a very unsettling way of living and doing things. So realising, and I hope you find some level of comfort in this, that emotions don't last, even the really, really shit ones. And they don't last. So the best thing to do is just to pull back when you feel that you want to change everything and really assess why you want to do that. Are you changing things because it generally needs changing, or are you changing things because you're having a fucking bad day, a bad week, a bad month? So just honour the fact that you to yourself, that if you've put these plans in place with work, with family, with just things that you commit to, like even like the eating healthy and going to the gym thing, yeah, I don't subscribe to this thing of like you're 100% in, no days off, all this stuff. I think it's unrealistic and it's unhealthy. But what I do subscribe to is having a consistent routine where you commit to going 3 times a week or 4 or whatever it is you do. And realising that just because you feel shit that day doesn't mean you don't do it, because you will only feel shitter for not doing it. So it's almost building up these little strikes of wins for yourself that build your self-esteem up, your confidence. And it really is being consistent and overriding your mood. Fuck me, if I changed everything with the way my mind is, I do sometimes in ways of creative stuff. It's something that I need to try and learn, actually. Sorry, I've gone off now, but it just made me realise I do it in creative ways, and I think my team would acknowledge that. Because I get a excitement or a new idea, and I quickly want to share it, and and I quickly want to do it when actually we've got a plan in place, and we're all doing everything we're meant to be doing. I just need to give it time and patience. So I guess it goes with the good moods as well. I mean, really in general, it's our moods change all the time. And I think we have this unrealistic expectation that we should feel happy all the time. It's a complete lie that we've been sold, that we need to feel good all the time, or our life's so shit and everything's dramatic. It's just not true. You're gonna have days where you feel shit, and that's okay. Like, why shouldn't you have that? You're gonna have it. It's just part of being human. Like, being human is incredibly hard, and you need to stay consistent. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh, no matter what, just fucking go and do it. But I do think there's a level of consistency you owe yourself and the people around you, so that if you are having a bad day, it probably will shift by you taking action. And I'm not saying this if you're obviously going through a really bad spell of mental health and things like that. I'm talking more day-to-day stuff. Like, things happen. You can wake up and feel really anxious, but if you still try and commit to the plans you've made, if you are running a business, you can't just fucking change things on a whim. And I've learnt this, and that is how I used to run this. Literally, I would change stuff all the time, because that's how quickly I change stuff. And that's kind of the curse, I think, of having autism and ADHD, because autism is very routine orientated, and ADHD wants to just fuck shit up and have fun all the time. And so ADHD makes them calls, by the way, everyone. ADHD puts all them TikToks in the group messages, like one after the other. It's like, I'll see something and I've got all these ideas. But it's trying to stay consistent. It's trying to just follow your plan, not your mood. It's trying to realise that actually you can have a bad day. That doesn't mean you've got a bad life. So for me, I rely heavily on my habits that keep me consistent. I things like going to the gym, things like eating consistently well most of the time, keeping a consistently eating well, consistently exercising, consistently having certain work hours as well. Like, I work better with having this kind of structure. These things do help me and hold me accountable. And most of the time, as soon as I get to the office or get in the gym or do that thing, I can't even remember what my problem was, because most things are cured by action. I genuinely believe that. Anxiety, depression, all these things, if we can try and take a little small step, we will start to feel better. And I think when you rely heavily on your mood, as much as I did, you're not going to fucking get anywhere. You cannot just swing and change because of your mood. So I think if you're feeling like you're about to cave on something because you're having a bad day or whatever, I would really build some strong foundations which come from your daily routine and habits. Like, you're only as good as your daily routine, your daily habits. Get your ducks in a row, babe. Exactly what I mean. Do one thing at a time and build a few nice basic structures that you have throughout your day that keep you accountable. I think that's always going to help if you've got some kind of structure. For me, without it, I can just feel a bit lost and overwhelmed with all the stuff I have to do. So again, it's about having that consistency, being congruent. So what you say you're going to do, you actually do it, okay? Don't be fucking naughty, because when you do this, you're ultimately letting down yourself, and then you feel shit, and then you feel like regretful, and that chips away your confidence. It gives you really bad self-esteem, and then we all wonder why we fucking are insecure and feel all horrible all the time. Okay? Follow your fucking plan, not your mood. Lovers, welcome to the Panic Hotline, the most unhelpful helpline you're ever gonna love. My new lover confuses autism with jealousy. I'm not sure. Are you saying you have autism and your partner, your new lover, boyfriend, whatever he is maybe saying that you're really jealous, but you're saying it's not jealousy, it's autism? But whether you know that not true, okay? That well-known autistic trait, jealousy. I feel like with love, always, I call massive bullshit on that, and that you can't use autism isn't there's no jealousy thing. I'm with autism, jealousy is jealousy, autism is autism. I don't know if there's much overlapping in things, whether it's maybe a need for consistency, routine, and all these things. This is not jealousy. So I'm not sure how to answer that, but I will say that jealousy is a very normal part of being human, and especially in relationships. And you have to keep a lid on it, and you have to work on yourself and be a secure person. And that's what you should be working on, is why do you feel jealous, basically. I'm sure small amounts of jealousy are normal, but if you are a jealous person, then I think that comes from insecurity. And I always say that insecure people are the most dangerous. So be careful and work on yourself, babe. She's gonna fucking unfollow me. Unfollowed and blocked. I'm turning 40 and I'm worried I haven't achieved anything. I get that. I understand that. Because society puts us in this bullshit where we feel we have to have achieved certain things by a certain age, and that when you hit 40, especially if you're a woman, it's all downhill. Our market value goes down dramatically. It's all bollocks, but unfortunately it's all what we fed. So it's really untangling the narrative that you believe, and questioning, do you actually believe it, or is it just because that's what society has made you think? So I get it. I have the same thing similar when I think about not having areas of my life together, because I'm so in the business side of my life at the moment that other areas are non-existent, and I panic and think, I haven't got this sorted yet and that sorted yet. But ultimately it does not matter at all. It does not matter. Your time will come and you will get all your ducks in a row. And don't let 40 be a fearful age. Maybe switch that and let it be a really feral baddie era where you go in and you really kind of embrace that, because there'll be so many benefits to you being 40. It's so much that you've learned and that you know now. Surely you wouldn't want to go back. I don't get when people say I wish I was 20 again. Fuck that. I was psycho. So psycho. So I wouldn't want to go. I personally wouldn't. You have to get, if you're not learning as you get older, what's the point of fucking living? You have to keep learning. So just think how much more wiser you're going to get, and how much more amazement you have to give the older you get. It's a fucking privilege. Stop fearing it. I said yes to a project and I really don't have the energy for, all because I was scared of losing momentum. What's wrong with me? Welcome to Panic Roundup's company. I would say this is how I feel at the moment. I'm fucking exhausted. And I guess this is that follow your plan, not your mood thing. So it depends. If you really want the outcome of the project, then you've just got to get on with it and not be led by your mood. But I get it. You feel tired, your emotions shift and don't align with the work that you have to do. But ultimately, if you've committed to it, I say you need to crack on with it. And I think the outcome will be much more rewarding than how you're feeling now, and your mood will change. But if you let people down or don't commit or fuck it up, that will stay with you. So crack on, babe. What is the meaning of life? Lol. I don't think I even know. I don't know what the meaning of life is. But I tell you what it isn't. Here we go. The advice that no one asked for. I'll tell you what it fucking isn't. It isn't how we're living. The stress, the worrying that we have. And I'm not talking about real stuff that we can't get away from, like finances and stuff, although we probably could improve them. But fucking the day-to-day stress, the worry we have about living, existing, about fitting in, about what people... None of this is how we're meant to be living. And when you're really ill on your deathbed, you will not give a fuck. You don't care. All you want is your health. So the meaning of life is to have fun and try and do something you enjoy along the way. I love my friends, but I feel invisible when they talk about their lives and never ask about mine. Aww. That makes me feel a bit sad. You know what though? I get that. Well, first of all, maybe you need to try and... Maybe they're not a benefit of the doubt. They're not aware that they're doing that. Maybe they're just carrying conversations and they're not actually aware that you're feeling like that. So you need to maybe try and speak up a bit more for yourself and try and almost make room in that conversation. But also I do understand just the thing of sometimes feeling a bit like loving your friends, so happy for your friends, but feeling a bit, I don't know, we compare ourselves to our friends as much as we do people online. I think we are our own worst humans, brains, whatever the fuck it is, because we compare ourselves so much. And I think that can happen in friendship too, especially if your friendship group is like vast in ways of what they do. Like, I'm trying to think with my friendship group is so tiny, and I talk about myself a lot. So I don't really have that. I mean, all I fucking talk about is work. I think though, fuck, they must hate me. I think that maybe trying to speak up, but also trying to not compare yourself to where everyone else is in their lives. Like you can have, I don't really have many friends that are spot on in my stage of life, whether it's their age, family, circumstances, work, we're all varied and different. So embrace that, because you will be to help your friends with where you're at in your life and vice versa. But maybe next time you're in this situation, bring your focus to the situation and be like, hold on, are they just being naughty and doing this on purpose, or are they not even aware of it? And I bet they're not even aware of it. And you maybe need to just bring more into the conversation that you feel comfortable. Like maybe you need to sort of try and tell them a bit more about what you've got going on in your life. I hope I've helped you, wonderful, beautiful princess. Lovers, thanks for being here. Send in your unhinged dilemmas to the Panic Hotline. Support us by subscribing and sharing.